So the iPhone 7 was just released and I don't even know where to start.
Apple Watch 2.
You're listening to the Fast News Podcast, episode 2. Today we're talking about whatever Apple just decided to do. I still don't know what it is. Hey everybody, David here.
And I'm Alan. This is our second episode and we hope you enjoy. The Fast News Podcast is produced every week for your enjoyment. Show notes can be found on our website, fast-news.com/podcast. Please come back often. And feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel where our podcast is hosted.
You can follow us on Twitter at FACET_news, and I'm at David_FACET.
And I'm at Alan_FACET.
Now let's get into the show. So, Alan.
Yeah.
That Apple event. So
Quite eventful,
yes, it is.
to say the least.
So, let's just not even start with the iPhone 7. Let's just start with how the show even started.
Yeah.
Tim Cook, a very old man, was doing car karaoke with James Corden.
How old?
How old is
Tim
Tim Cook?
Cook?
Check.
1 second.
So, Tim Cook is
Tim
how old?
Cook
He's
is
55.
55 years old.
55 years old, so quite old, decently old.
Well, he's turning 56 this year.
That's even better.
Yeah.
Okay, and he did like carpool karaoke, and especially with his like extremely like nasally voice, that was fun thing to witness.
It was interesting. It was different.
It was
It was
different.
very different.
And then they got Pharrell on board with it.
Yeah.
And how it was just a car full of old people, and then James Corden.
Yeah.
And like,
I love. It was so good how everybody in the car was wearing an Apple Watch.
that's
That
coincidence.
was the most.
What a massive coincidence that was, huh?
And then they had that super cheesy joke about how James Corden was like, I found out that this was going to be the most secure iPhone ever. And then Tim Cook was like, yeah, it is. And then he's like, I found that out from a leak. Do you get the irony of that?
Wow.
And then it was just so...
The entire introduction was quite cringy.
It was. But past the introduction. You know, when
it
Tim
wasn't much
Cook
better.
walks
It
on
wasn't-
stage.
He didn't walk. He's
striding.
It was a stride. It was a very awkward stride. Like the type of thing where like an athletic person in 9th grade gym class would do. Like, I'm so tired, let me just stride onto straight. And
even though I've just been given a ride with Jim.
Yeah, like, Jesus Christ, man. And, like, this guy.
Yeah.
But, you know, whatever, that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
What?
Sometimes.
Well, yeah, you know, Tim Cook, just does stuff that doesn't really matter.
No.
Okay. What happened during the Apple event, though?
What happened? Well, it was
it
was interesting. It felt like another, I guess, like, and I mentioned this in the article that I wrote a few days ago. More like a catching up year for Apple. Like, getting to what everyone else has been doing, like the water resistance.
Yeah, that's kind of the trend that we see with Apple. They're just kind of,
true.
we're the most innovative phone in the world. Oh, yeah, we're 2014.
Yeah. But, like, at the same time, there's still it's still 1080p screen.
No, I don't mind that.
And, like, no, me neither. Phone that I have right now, the HTC One M9 has 1080p screen.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't mind it.
It doesn't really matter.
Except...
like, on a screen.
This is like especially on something like an iPhone.
Yeah, like
like
iPhones, they say like, oh my god, look at our camera, it's so like pristine, it's a Retina display.
Yeah.
But it still doesn't have 4K.
That's true.
I'm pretty sure it's 1440p though. I'm not 100% on that though.
Is it 1440p? You know, let's check that right now.
Like an iPhone 7 screen resolution. Like, we're searching it up right now. There's no 100% statistic on that. Yeah, it's still 1920 by 1080.
1920 by 1080.
So that's a shame. That is a shame.
Yeah.
So, but, you know, whatever, that happens.
Yeah, that's Apple. They haven't changed their screen resolution
but
in
like
3 years. And it's not even that big of a problem.
Yeah, because, you know, it's not like 4K phones.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't pay an extra $100 to get a phone with a 4K display.
Yeah, nor would I. It's one of those things which is like, oh, it has a 4K display. Okay,
oh, cool,
nice.
Yeah,
you
sure.
know, it's not something that you're, like, specifically getting the phone for.
Because it's a 4K.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about, you know, like, before we get into the iPhone, because the iPhone will take a long time to discuss.
Yeah.
Let's get into, you know, just what happened at the beginning, right? So
Yeah.
what did happen at the beginning?
Well,
like, they showed some statistics, I guess.
About,
like, oh, we're the best and stuff. But, you know, that doesn't really matter. Nobody really listens to that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because it's still, you know, it's out of scope. It's widely out of scope. It's like very, you know, biased.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's Apple, obviously. But then we got into, I'm pretty sure it was Mario.
No, I think that was at the end.
That wasn't at the end.
Was that at the beginning?
That was before the iPhone.
Before the iPhone.
Before the Apple Watch.
Yeah, Mario.
Yeah, Mario.
On...
The creator of Mario decided to release Mario exclusively on iPhones.
What's this
So,
name?
I don't even know.
Like, why would you... Like, why would you make a game... Not, like... Mario was, like, one of those things why it was such a, like, a cool franchise, because it was specifically available for Nintendo.
From Nintendo.
Nintendo.
That's why Nintendo is successful.
Yeah,
It's mostly
like,
just because of Mario.
It was, like, it's, like, that whole, like... The whole Mario franchise, like...
The brand.
Yeah. Not just, like, the Super Mario game, but the whole franchise, you know, Party, Mario Kart, the dungeons, all that stuff.
Yeah, and, like, that sort of thing. Like, Mario shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
And I could see why. It's a very smart move by Apple, like, partnering with, you know, Nintendo to make it an iPhone exclusive. But, again, I'm not gonna buy an iPhone because I like Mario.
It's true.
Like... Also, why would it only be made for iPhone though?
For iPhone, yeah, that's
like,
exactly.
Even if it wasn't even if it wasn't, you know, a marketing move by Apple, I would still think, you know, Mario would only be released on iPhone because that's like what Nintendo would do, I would think.
Yeah.
But
it's true.
You know, it's just weird, but it's not a big deal. You know, whatever. Mario on iPhone, you know, fine. Sure, go ahead.
Yeah. Like, it's there, it's done, not that big of a deal, but still, it's, like, a little strange, but not really a problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit of, like, a strange move. Like, smart marketing move, but just, like, strange that's probably only going to be on iPhone.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Next thing.
Apple Watch.
Game-related. Apple Watch.
Like,
Pokemon Go.
On the Apple Watch.
On the Apple Watch.
That was a very funny demo. I really liked that demo.
Yeah.
But still, you know, Apple Watch.
Yeah. Like, the Apple Watch screen is already small compared...
Yeah.
compared to the other...
Yeah, but...
smartwatches.
It really, you know, it doesn't matter. You're not sure whatever Pokemon Go, Apple Watch, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Apple Watch is probably the best watch in terms of, you know, support.
Probably.
Because, like, a lot of developers are making stuff for Apple Watch. But they're not making stuff for, you know, Android.
Android Wear?
Android Wear, yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess, but I mean,
you know,
Android will always have a much bigger, like, community of, like, developers.
Yeah,
and,
obviously,
like,
because it's open source.
Like, I mean, think about Apple Watch, WatchOS. It's gonna get more. It might get more apps. But the apps that come out for
it's only by big franchises
are going to be better.
Well, I'm not sure, but
not necessarily, but like
it's just kind of weird. But like watches, like smartwatches, they're kind of pointless, so it doesn't really matter.
Anyway,
but the new release Apple Watch 2, this is a new release. And, like, let's just take a look at, Apple Watch 2, its statistics, its page on, the Apple website. Apple Watch 2, here we go. Apple Watch. So it's available September 16th.
And, like, they like, the thing about Apple is that they really, really like to emphasize, like, the thing that they're most proud of in, like, the main picture. So, like, on the web, like, it's clearly, like, the watch coming out of, like, water.
So it's just kind of,
Yeah, it's like, you're...
That's the big thing. That's a big difference. They did partner with Nike to make, a Nike Apple Watch, sport watch type thing.
Yeah, and, like, in new bands.
New bands, yeah. Which are quite
really
ugly.
weird. That's a weird band.
The Hermes. Like, which is...
I guess it's kind of like style or fashion.
I don't know.
But it looks kind of...
It
looks impractical.
We're not fashion people.
We're not fashion people, but it looks impractical to, like...
But, yeah. So, they made a bunch of new faces. I guess that's exciting stuff. Obviously worth paying,
An extra
X amount of money for that. So, Apple Watch Series 2.
New color.
New
like,
colors?
there's not a single...
it's expensive.
Yeah. There's not a single...
But it's actually quite cheap for a watch,
Apple product.
It's quite cheap for a smartwatch.
Well, yeah.
It's $359 Canadian. That's where we are.
Yeah.
So it's $359, which is the minimum price. When we look at something like a Moto 360, let's take a look at how much that one costs. That one costs $400.
But in all honesty, it's... If you're getting a smartwatch...
I don't know. It's up to you. I mean, I like I wouldn't buy a smartwatch at all
in the first place, but
I'm more of a person that likes Omega, Rolex, those kind of nice watches. I wouldn't buy a smartwatch.
Mm-hmm.
But still, like, we've discussed this in the last podcast. Just smartwatches are pointless. I don't know why people keep making them, especially considering like. You can't make a call on them, and if your phone is just in your pocket, that's just kind of
not
weird.
Much difference. And like also, in WatchOS 3, I think, or no, maybe just on this watch. Apparently, there's a new feature. Reminds you when to breathe. And like.
Jesus Christ.
That's just...
I mean, it's not like, just by the way, breathe, okay, 1, 2, 3, breathe, 1, 2, 3. It's kind of like if you get too stressed, it just tells you, okay, just stop and breathe. Which I think, it's kind of,
Yeah, it's sort of... It's interesting.
Cute. It's cute,
yeah,
I guess.
But it's not like...
It's funny.
Yeah, I feel like it's more of like...
But it's kind of ironic.
Jokingly, like, ironic type of
feature. It's just kind of like
a gimmicky
it's a gimmick, probably.
Yeah.
But, like, I would think that, I think, and it also, very, very cool feature, I think, the SOS feature. That if you hold down the menu button, you'll send out to all your emergency contacts your location and that you need help. Which I think is very helpful. It's a helpful feature.
Sure.
But
there's probably gonna be some kid, like a 5-year-old.
No, I doubt it.
Or if
I don't think so. I don't know, because you can disable it.
You can disable it, obviously.
Yeah, probably. But
should be able to disable it.
It's an interesting feature. It's a nice feature. I don't care too much about it. What about? Yeah, it's just nice, I guess. It's partnered with Nike to do, superior sports watch for, like, has a built-in GPS, a heart rate sensor, water resistant. It's 50 meters water resistant.
That's quite deep.
That is good.
That is good. That's deep.
Like, props to Apple for that type of water resistance. That is good.
There's much larger.
No, but, like, this is good. Yeah. This is really good. Advanced activity tracker, activity rings, coaching, activity sharing, achievements. That's very interesting. Mm-hmm. I mean,
achievements and coaching.
It's a very interesting, fitness type thing. Powerful health tool, heart rate sensor, breathe app.
Yeah.
And it has support for third-party health apps. Apps. Well, all the assistants, apps and notifications, customizable watch faces, exciting stuff.
Yeah.
The app dock can ask more of Siri. You can do more with Siri, I guess.
Uh-huh.
So that's fun. What about...
Other than that, I think that's really it about the Apple Watch.
Apple Watch, I guess. It's just a nice update, I guess.
Yeah. Little refresh.
Sure, whatever. What else was new?
Alright.
Apple
the
events.
Apple Watch thing. Did they do anything about Mac?
The Mac. No, it's a shame.
Nothing, yeah. A big shame, because that's like...
Like, the MacBook Air, that is old. I wanted a MacBook Air, but then I thought, no. In September, they're going to release a new MacBook Air.
Yeah.
I can't. I have to, like... If I get a MacBook Air now, it's going to be old and, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But nope.
I'm like, no.
There's a MacBook Air. There are a lot of rumors, though, that the iPad Pro is going to replace the MacBook Air.
That's so unbelievably...
Stupid. It's very stupid.
That's so stupid. Unless Apple makes a better keyboard attachment, a better way to charge the pen.
And also Mac OS.
Yeah. And some kind of bootable Mac OS.
No, not bootable Mac OS. It just comes with Mac OS.
Yeah, it just comes with Mac OS.
Well,
yeah, sure, I guess it's like a touchscreen MacBook. But like...
Speaking of which, touchscreen MacBook, why don't we have that? Touchscreen iMac, why don't we have that?
Why don't we have that? A touchscreen iMac would... Some people say because they're like... Mac isn't a very, like, touchy OS.
I think it is.
But if you think about it, most of the stuff you do with the trackpad.
No, I think
there's a lot of like.
I think Mac OS is more touchy than
Windows.
Like a more touch-oriented system than Windows.
Yeah,
because you have the dock.
Yeah,
that seems like something that's very touch-based.
Like also, there's a lot of commands that you can do on the touchpad.
Yeah.
So just being able to touch the display and do those commands just seems like kind of a no-brainer idea.
But, then again, it's Apple.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So Apple Watch 2, I guess we have that. The big one.
Wait, before we get to the big news, how about we talk about the new AirPods by Apple and Beats.
AirPods. Truly wireless. Wireless, effortless, magical. All three of those things are what Apple say they are, and all three of those things are so stupid.
And so unbelievably contradictory.
So we're on the Apple.com AirPods thing, and their website is just beautiful. Like, oh my god. It is such a good website. But it's so ugly. Like, the Apple AirPods are so...
They're just so...
Remember those, like, 2006 Bluetooth headpieces?
Yeah.
How they were, like, doing, like, super, like, bad looking and, like, like a douchey type thing.
Here we are.
It's
a new version of that. And, like, they're like, tap into Siri and everything. And, like, they just seem so strange. Like, that, big old dongle. Like, the little bar that comes out of them. Like, with the Bluetooth receptor.
It's not a little bar. It's quite a large bar.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's quite large for, like, Bluetooth headphones. Even, like, I'd rather... If I was even getting Bluetooth earbuds...
Yeah.
Then I'd get something like Jaybirds. Who cares about the cable?
Well...
Is there genuinely someone...
But keep in mind how much Jaybirds cost.
That's true.
How much does Jaybirds cost right now? Jaybird X2s.
$200 to $300.
It's pretty expensive.
Yeah, they're pretty expensive.
Like, we're on Best Buy, $180. But keep in mind that the Apple AirPods are $160.
So it's really...
Like...
a $20 difference?
But, like,
sure.
But people... Like, this is a very good argument on the Apple side of things. Because people are saying, then maybe you should just get Bluetooth, headphones, these massive headphones if you want good audio. But then you have to think about what demographic you're trying to get with these things. You're not getting those, massive... You don't want... You're getting people that don't want a massive, headset on their head. They want tiny, small headphones that just sort of blend in blend in. They're not doing a very good job at blending in, I'll be honest. But they
kind of
want small headphones.
Ears, and like you don't really like notice them when you're going about doing your.
Yeah, exactly. And
also, I want to say something about the quote unquote wireless charging.
Wireless charging. It's not very wireless.
If you put.
There's
a pin at the bottom of the earbud, and you're putting that pin into
a box.
It really doesn't feel wireless.
It is wireless, but only in like very specific situations.
Very specific situations.
And like you can't get an external charger and stuff like that.
No.
But I also noticed this very interesting thing about the marketing for the AirPods.
That's true.
And every single model for the AirPods are all black people.
I mean, that might be like.
I mean, it's emphasizing, just how, like, why. It's very interesting.
I mean, it's not a problem. Like, we're not racist.
No, we're not. We might be Russian, but we're not racist. But. Jeez, this.
Like, I mean, it's not a problem.
It's not a problem, but it's.
They're really trying to make them stand out.
Because.
Like, do you know what I'm trying to say?
The AirPods are white. The models are black. And the background is black.
Yeah.
Let's move on, because if we do this any longer, this is going to be a very bad podcast.
Very bad. That's true.
But yeah, so AirPods, you can tap into Siri with them.
Incredible stuff. Guess
what? There's a microphone at the end of those things. So guess what they are? They really are Bluetooth headsets. It's a Bluetooth headset.
Pretty much.
Like those like, oh my god. Like Apple kept saying that nobody likes those Bluetooth, headsets or earpods or whatever they are. And now here they are. They're making,
making their own,
Bluetooth headsets.
Variation of Bluetooth. Also.
Yeah.
Why? This is a strange argument to make. A lot of people would look at what I'm right about to say there's two very clear different sides to this, but they included the adapter from Lightning to 3.5, right? Mm-hmm. Lightning to auxiliary.
Yeah.
But they don't include the headphones. Would you say that it would have been better for Apple to just include the AirPods without the adapter? Or like they did it?
But think about it though.
What do you think would be better? How Apple did it right now, or?
But no, you have to think about it. Like, how much do AirPods cost?
Exactly.
So that will probably increase the price of the overall the price.
Right. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of.
I think what they did is better. Because.
So do I, but I'm just saying.
Because what if you just want wired headphones?
Yeah.
And that's
exactly.
It? So whatever.
But I think Apple still should have included the headphones in the box.
Oh, they didn't include the headphones?
I don't think so. No.
Let's just check. Give us a minute. Here we are. This is iPhone 7. Learn more. So we'll get into the iPhone 7 in a minute, but yeah. Also, the AirPods are available in late October. So, just so you know, yeah.
There's that too.
iPhone 7. What's in the box? What's in the box? iPhone 7, what's in the box? What's the difference? I don't care. What headphones does the iPhone 7 come with? The iPhone 7 comes with a pair of Apple AirPods.
Oh.
So, yeah,
all right,
that's fine.
It's fine. All right, it's okay.
It's good. It's fine. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it's fine.
But, okay. So we're done with the AirPods. They're overpriced pieces of things. Also, they'll get lost, like, really easily.
Yeah. That's true, since they're not connected.
So, like, find my iPhone, find my iPad, find my iPod, find
my AirPods.
Find my headphones.
Actually, if they do that, I will be so disappointed, but so impressed at the same time.
Because,
like, just mixed.
Difficult.
Yeah.
Alright. iPhone 7.
Mm. The big thing.
The big one.
Mm-hmm.
So the iPhone 7. So let's see what Apple wrote about the iPhone 7.
Dramatically improves.
iPhone 7 dramatically improves the most important aspects of the iPhone experience. Introduces advanced new camera systems, the best performance and battery life ever in an iPhone. Immersive stereo speakers, the brightest, most colorful display, splash and water resistance, and looks every bit as powerful as it is. This is iPhone 7. I think iPhone 7 is kind of like Donald Trump. Like, you know, like, he says, oh, it's gonna be huge. I think that's what iPhone is doing.
Yeah,
This
bit.
iPhone
Gonna
has battery life is huge.
Is huge.
Like, it's that type of thing.
The battery itself, though.
It's fine, I don't care. Whatever.
Like,
It's a battery.
No. But the battery itself, although, it's not much bigger. The reason why the battery life is going to be longer is because of their new processor.
So the iPhone 7, apparently, 1,960 milliamp hour battery.
That's quite tiny.
It's not impressive.
Definitely not.
Wait a minute.
Never mind, 2.75.
No, the document shows the iPhone 7 will have a 1,960 milliamp hour battery, while the iPhone 6s had a 1,715 milliamp hour battery. So the thing with that is that, you know, Apple's firmware and like the hardware and software relationship is the best in the market because it's Apple's own software, it's Apple's own hardware. So they know how to make, you know, like how to make it
that's
efficient.
That's one of the pluses which some people say about Apple, because you remember that whole thing that a few months back.
It also makes it very easy to make apps for iPhone because
exactly.
I mean, I'm not a fan of Swift, but like if they had Java or something, and I wanted to make, you know, a powerful application app, then I would be fine. It's good. You know, sure, whatever.
Also, I remember there was that whole big thing about rendering 4K on laptops a while ago. The whole LTT thing that Linus started.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that whole thing?
Sure.
And then I forgot who it was, but somebody from like that, more like Apple side of things, said he did, I think it was TLD, Jonathan Morrison, he did the same thing with the 12-inch MacBook, and it got like way better results than in Final Cut Pro than the Asus laptop that Linus was using, which had better specs. And
but overall, Apple's like, you know, CPU management, stuff like that is very good because really they made it.
Yeah.
So,
and especially how like the software acts with the hardware is really good.
Yeah, there's a lot of like it's difficult.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to do. And that's why, you know, Hackintosh is you know, it's a difficult thing to do. It has to be an Intel CPU, Intel based CPU, you know, that sort of thing. Okay, next claim. Introduces advanced new camera systems. Yes, it does.
Advanced.
It's a very interesting camera.
That's true.
So the iPhone 7, the regular one, has just a single camera, but it has optical image stabilization.
OS.
Which
We've
is good.
seen OS before.
But it's still good.
Yeah,
it
is good.
It's very, very helpful. But then the iPhone 7 Plus.
Yeah. That's
dual camera.
Yeah.
There are Android phones that have dual camera, but nobody does it better than, you know, Apple, because again, their software hardware implementation is fantastic, is unbeatable.
Incredible.
But oh my god, dual cameras, dual optical image zoom on a phone, on a super thin phone. Yeah. There are DSLRs like that match that.
True, but I don't think.
But they're cheap.
We're definitely. We'll get into another topic after we talk about the iPhone. But I think that just introducing those two cameras, it's really cool because, like, personally, like having something that can take great photos like in your pocket is obviously good, but like there's like the camera is like just the single lens, both like lenses, they probably won't be the very like best camera that we've ever seen on a smartphone.
But when they work together.
But when they work together,
it makes something magical. I guess.
Yeah, like the effects they'll be able to get, like not specifically the like image quality, but like the cool effects with like the lighting and like the dynamic background and all that.
Yeah,
will be some of the best that we've ever seen, probably.
Also, new black and jet black finishes.
Love the black. Love the matte black.
Matte black
so
is
good.
Nice.
Such a nice color.
Jet black, not so much.
Yeah, jet
black is so kind of, iPhone 3G.
Yeah, exactly.
Or regular. Or
I used
like
the iPhone 3G back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day.
I had an iPhone 3G, so like.
It's not a good idea.
No.
I mean, it's plastic, I think. Seems like it. Okay. What else? Splash and water resistant. It's IP68 certified.
Yeah.
Welcome
Not 69, but 68. 69 is better. Like, it exists. Like,
what? Welcome to 2014, where every single phone is IP68. It's sure, good, but it's long overdue. Because a lot of people have iPhones, and as we know, iPhone users are quite clumsy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unfortunately, even for my own family members, there's not many iPhone users, but when
they do get an iPhone,
funny story about
with
the iPhone 3G. Actually, a few years ago, I went on a camping trip with my family, and a certain family member of mine got into a wooden boat with nothing in it. They wanted to see how stable it was with their iPhone 3G in their pocket, and. You know what? That just classic, like, clumsy iPhone user within them just jumped out at that one moment. The boat tipped, and their
phone died.
Yeah, just like in an instant.
Yeah. Also, the new iPhones are slippery.
New iPhones are slippery. Everything but the matte. I think the matte will be pretty grippy.
The matte is the same as the other iPhones.
Oh, it's just different color.
Yeah.
It looks so misleading on the picture though. Like on the picture, it looks like...
I don't know.
It'll be pretty grippy.
It kind of looks like the 5th generation iPods. Like the iPod Touches.
Yeah.
I have one of those, and like the iPhone is just about as thick as the 5th generation iPod. Or 6th, I don't care.
Yeah.
Those things are slippery, man.
They are slippery.
They're so slippery.
Really slippery.
And like, I don't even know what to do with them. Because like, oh, jeez. But water resistance, that's a good addition. New home button.
That's weird.
The phone got so thin that they can't support a physical phone button.
It's like, I would rather have had that space that they took away from taking the audio jack, taking it away. They used it to make it water resistant, new home button, and the dual cameras. I think that's the dual cameras.
I think that's a good compromise.
The dual cameras. Definitely a good compromise.
Water resistance is a very good compromise.
Water resistance, very good compromise. But why?
But the phone is so thin that the phone is so thin that they can't support a new button.
But I don't think that there's anyone out there who would mind it being thicker and having the audio jack in it.
And also a better battery.
Yeah, also bigger battery
and
for sure.
And a physical home button.
Yeah, and a physical home button.
Lots of weird things here.
So, like, it's such a mixed... It's just strange, like, mixed, like, feeling and, like, design with this iPhone. Because they removed something so essential, and that's just, like, everyone has. And, like, lots of people using on a daily basis. And, like,
what are you talking... Are you talking about the home button right now, or are you talking about the auxiliary port?
The auxiliary port.
Well, let's get into that later.
All right.
What about the home button?
The home button. All right. So
it's customizable.
It's customizable, and I say that's cool, right? I still prefer the Android system, but the home button here, okay? I wrote in the article that I published a few days ago. I talked about how a lot of people that were there at the event all said that the feedback that it gives feels really bad.
Is
Because there was something published, I forgot where it was, but there was a certain article published, and they took lots of different opinions from the people that were there on the show floor and got to see the new iPhone. They said that a lot of the people who they talked to said that it felt like the bottom of the phone was just kicking up.
Yeah, it's probably true.
And
because
since
it's taptic engine.
yeah, exactly, their
Also,
taptic engine,
you have to
it'll
keep in
just,
mind
like,
the
buzz and like
Also, you have to keep in mind that the taptic engine, it's only on one side of the phone. It's on the left side of the phone.
Exactly.
So it's weird. It's very weird.
Yeah, like the button, it feels like the whole action of pushing the button feels so weird.
It comes from the left.
Yeah.
But there's also a pro to this, because the taptic engine, the new one that they made, they're releasing an API for that, so that developers can take advantage of that taptic engine.
Mm-hmm.
Which, yeah, sure, whatever. Because the regular way that phones vibrate is there's a motor inside and it spins around.
Yeah,
and, vibrates. But the taptic engine can, there's, different variations on how hard it can vibrate and, stuff like that. There's an API because it's completely software controlled. So, yeah, new home button, sure, why not, I guess. 12 megapixel camera. Seen better.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's hard to do with an optical image stabilization. So, props to Apple, I guess. The optical image stabilization is very good.
With the cameras for this generation,
props to
probably the best.
All iPhone cameras are very good. Yeah. They are very good.
All iPhone cameras are really good, but I don't think that we're gonna have to see what the images themselves look like, because I don't think that the image quality itself will be the best that we've ever seen. But I think that bringing out the detail in the background and in the lighting that you'll be able to focus on in the HDR mode and all that stuff will be some of, if not the best that we've ever seen. Because those two lenses,
iPhone cameras are good. Sure, that's just
pretty
great.
Much. But will it beat the Note 7 camera though? Is what I'm wondering.
Speaking of the Note 7, it catches on fire a lot. We'll talk about that
later.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that later.
Optical image stabilization, we talked about that. 7 megapixel FaceTime HD camera. So that means the front-facing camera is 7 megapixels. There are some phones that are being released today where their main camera is also 7 megapixels. They're typically Chinese phones, that are very, cheap. But still 7 megapixels for a front-facing camera. That's very, very good.
That's good. We've seen 8, 9, but 7 is still very good.
It doesn't matter. 7 megapixels is good. Quad LED True Tone Flash. In 2000, these people, they make, these stupid names for, True Tone Flash and a Retina display. And,
and Magic Mouse.
Yeah, and then and Magic Keyboard.
Yeah, and Magic
and
Keyboard.
Then
Magic Trackpad.
Also, in the 90s, they had these turbo computers.
Yeah. Where
it would just automatically overclock for you. These stupid names, that's basically what it is. It's just a quad LED flash. Mm-hmm. So that's fine. Whatever.
You don't need the True Tone.
The True Tone is it's just a name.
What
doesn't matter. iPhone 7 Plus camera, 2 cameras that shoot as one.
Already talked about that.
Telephoto cameras, though, very nice.
Yeah.
Optical zoom out two times.
Cool. The moving part, I wonder if you'll be able to see it. If you look to the back of the phone, you'll be able to see the lens move. Probably. That would be cool.
Optical zoom at 2x, digital zoom up to 10x. That's nice. The brightest, most colorful iPhone display yet. 25% brighter. Wide color gamut. That's colors. Nice.
That's good.
3D touch.
No one cares about that anymore.
Really? This is with every single iPhone release. Oh, it's the best and most colorful iPhone display. Yeah, whatever. A10 Fusion chip. That is exciting. That is
pretty exciting.
That is
stuff.
Very nice. 2 times faster than iPhone 6. Longest battery life ever in an iPhone. That is impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very good. Can't really it's just phone CPU. Can't really talk about that much. iPhone now in stereo.
Sure.
That reminds me of very
congratulations. You did
One of the main, like, remember the HTC One M8? That was the phone that...
the phone that, like, when it came to audio, if you were going to put your phone and use it as a speaker,
you would buy the
got
HTC.
The M8.
Yeah.
It was,
also,
like, so good.
Yeah, also the HTC One M8 was the phone that turned iPhone users into Android users.
Exactly.
My sister, she was a long iPhone user. She has a MacBook, she has an iMac.
She was really like into the Apple ecosystem.
Yeah, that's exactly her. And then she had to buy a phone, and she buys the HTC One M8. I told her, why would you buy the HTC One M8? She said, because it's an Android phone that feels like an iPhone. I just want to try it out. She loved it. Now she has Android. She has an Nexus 6P now, and a Dell laptop. Very, very nice. But the stereo speakers, they're not front facing.
Yeah. Like when it comes to stereo speakers, if they're not front facing,
I mean, sure, whatever,
then
that's fine. But, front facing would be better.
Yeah. 100%.
But then again, front facing speakers would look very, very bad.
Especially on an iPhone.
Yeah.
Like on an iPhone, front facing speakers would just look so weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like they really wouldn't fit in with the whole minimalistic design that Apple's going for.
Yeah, there's a reason why iPhone has one button.
Yeah.
It's a minimalistic design. It's 2 times louder than iPhone 6S, which is funny because it's just another speaker. Earpods with
much.
lightning connector. Woo! They're trying to make it sound
Let's get into the audio check now.
Because...
let's get into that.
Yeah.
Just that.
Because it's kind of like the debate, digital versus analog.
Yeah.
Because obviously the auxiliary thing, it's analog.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, their reasoning behind making it, like removing the auxiliary port, is because it takes courage. It takes courage.
What courage?
Like, I understand in the 80s, it was like, oh, the Apple II, that took courage because of, or Macintosh, it took courage because it wasn't modular, and people say, the Apple fanboys particularly, they say the Macintosh was a revolutionary computer. No, it was a very bad computer. It was a genuinely bad computer. And, like, I don't know why they would remove the auxiliary port. You know how the Asus... It's not the Asus, is it? No.
What is it?
The Moto Z. Sorry, the Moto Z, it doesn't have an auxiliary port. It first released it without an auxiliary port. But now they made a new version. They put in the auxiliary port.
Yeah.
Because they realized it was a mistake.
Like, unless your phone... Okay, the thinnest phone in the world.
What is it?
The Oppo R5.
Oh.
Is it still thin? I don't know, but when it was released, it was the thinnest phone in the world.
Mm-hmm.
It was the first phone without an audio jack. Right?
Yeah.
There, in the box, there was micro USB to...
Auxiliary, yeah.
Yeah, auxiliary, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was fine with that because it still had Snapdragon, whatever.
Yeah, it was a
whatever.
phone.
It was a very powerful phone. Had a great camera. It was just really, really thin.
Mm-hmm.
And couldn't have an audio jack because of that. But the iPhone 7 is not the thinnest phone in the world.
The iPhone 7...
Sure, there's the stuff that they made space for.
Mm-hmm.
Water resistance. And
well, we could have lived without that, let's be honest.
Yeah. Exactly.
So,
If you would ask most people, would you like a camera which you can do really cool effects with and water resistance, but no auxiliary?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And also,
most people would probably say.
Yeah. Also, I understand how, auxiliary ports take up a lot of space because they're, circular.
Yeah.
And that lightnings are smaller. Why don't you just put in 2 lightning connectors?
Exactly. That would have solved so many...
And then maybe you have, double charging or something, twisted.
Sure.
Which there's probably...
Would look silly, but...
You know, whatever. It's better. So, removing the auxiliary port, that's a bad move. I don't care if it takes courage.
You know what's courage from Apple?
What?
When Apple fought for their customers' privacy rights. That's courage.
Good. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
Okay?
If it doesn't have to get better. They didn't... Apple doesn't need to make their phones thinner. They just think they're better for making their phones thinner. But really they're not. They're just putting in gimmicky stuff other than dual.
Also, keep in mind that, like, what if you don't have the dongle? What if you don't have the connector?
Wait, you're gonna carry around the dongle with you all the time?
Yeah. What if like, wait, like I don't even know, but
yeah.
I can't justify taking a dongle with me all the time.
I can't for sure.
Also, like, what if it just gets? It's just adding another thing to.
Like, what if you don't have pants or pockets that day? You can't even put the dongle in your pocket or whatever.
Yeah, but
you have to carry around.
Yeah, but where would you put your phone?
Yeah.
The idea is, we'll just keep the auxiliary port in, man. Come on, okay? Faster LED with the best worldwide roaming.
Sure,
that's not how
LTE
works.
No.
Faster LTE.
More your provider, like
also with the best worldwide roaming. That's not how it works, obviously, because it has to do with the provider. It doesn't have to do.
It also has to do with the how many towers there are around you. Like if you're stranded in the middle of nowhere.
Like let's keep in mind that. Yeah, American, cell providers, they have LTE and stuff like that. But up here, the definition for 4G is HSPA+, which is actually considered 3G in America. Mm. So what's the point of getting, faster LTE if you don't need it? I mean, yeah, there's support for the future. Yeah. But, LTE is already fast. With the best worldwide roaming. I have no idea what that means with the best worldwide roaming.
Like, what does it mean? Like, does it mean that it can adapt better to, like, the cellular towers? No, that...
I don't know.
What?
Maybe it can support more signals, probably.
Maybe.
But 450 megabits LTE.
Where are you even gonna... Where
are you
gonna get?
Like, gigabit LTE.
Yeah.
I
wouldn't mind gigabit LTE.
But we don't have that.
Exactly.
Answer WhatsApp and other third-party calls through LTE. That's nothing new.
Nothing.
iOS 10.
Oh.
It's why there's nothing else like an iPhone. For a good reason.
Yep.
iOS 10. iOS is just very, very weird.
It's awkward. It's clunky. It looks clean, but on the inside it's just so...
Like, I don't even know. iOS is just... I don't... No, AirPods, I don't care. Accessories, a bold compliment. That's a very weird way of spelling compliment.
Massive.
Beats Solo
3 for $300.
That's on the page.
Yeah.
We're on the page right now. Very funny because the Beats EP, $130. They're, we know what that is.
Guess what?
It's the cheap ones. And guess what? Auxiliary port.
Yep.
Auxiliary cable.
Yep.
They're still keeping up with the iPhone 7 smart battery case. It's $100 and looks awful.
They've also got the iPhone Lightning dock.
It's $50.
Yep.
It's $50 to keep your phone upright.
$50 for a dock that you can buy at any Asian mall for literally $2.
Asian mall.
What?
Asian mall is not something that most people would say, Alan.
Why?
Asian mall.
Asian mall? What?
Like,
you've never been to an Asian mall?
They don't have that in America.
Well, Americans must
where we come from, there's a large mall where most of the stores there are owned by, like, they're Chinese stores. With, like, gadgets in those cases and stuff like that.
It's pretty much like American Chinatown.
It's basically Chinatown.
Basically Chinatown, but in one building.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lightning dock, $50.
For, like...
I don't even know.
They're releasing all of their stupid well, I mean, honestly, their cases don't look that bad. The case that Apple makes themselves.
Yeah. So, what else do we talk about,
What else do we talk about? I wanted to get into something, but I forgot what I wanted to get into.
Yeah.
Let's
talk about Mac.
Let's talk about why we should get a new Mac.
Why should, like, there have been constant rumors about how they're discontinuing the MacBook Air and stuff like that. And I don't like that because I think the MacBook Air is the best.
The MacBook Air is my favorite Apple product.
That's true.
It's just the only thing that Apple has released, which I looked at and said, you know what, I'd like to have that.
That's I would pay $1,000 for a MacBook
I'd pay
Air.
$1,000 for a MacBook.
Not a MacBook, a MacBook Air.
A MacBook Air, exactly.
Because the MacBook is just god awful.
Yeah.
MacBook Pro, still nice, but it's time for an update.
It's definitely time for an update.
an iMac is nice.
An iMac is so, like...
It's nice, I like a Mac.
Sure, I also like the iMac.
It's a desktop Mac.
Okay, yes, but if you make a new iMac, it better have touchscreen.
So you basically want an all-in-one. All-in-ones are awkward. I don't like all-in-ones.
But the iMac is already an all-in-one.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, it's already an all-in-one.
Except it's lacking the touchscreen.
Yeah, exactly. I would...
But keep in mind, where will you find an iMac? An iMac is a home computer. Home computers don't need touchscreens.
I think they do. I think it just makes them more versatile.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I mean, the ability for an iMac,
yeah,
the ability to have a touchscreen, that'd be nice, sure.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't use touchscreen on iMac. Mac Pro, it's been 3 years.
No one really has one anymore.
No, everyone has one. Like, people have them. But it's time for an update.
Yeah. Like, everything in their Mac line. There should just be a new event, where they just the Mac Mini just...
Jesus Christ, it's been a while.
Yeah. It's
time for an update. We haven't really seen much from Mac in recent, years. Mac OS Sierra. What can your Mac do now? Just ask. Siri. Oh boy.
Wow.
It's so cool. But yeah, it's, there's nothing really new. There's nothing exciting in terms of Mac.
I feel like they're just dropping Macs, they're just putting Macs in the dirt, which is just such a horrible idea.
I mean, they're saying the future of computing is in tablets, and I think
it's not.
What about software developers? I'm not going to write Java programs, or I'm not going to write program
on an
iPad,
especially on an iPad.
Yeah. I mean, maybe a Microsoft Surface. A Microsoft Surface, that's nice. I like that. That's comfortable.
Yeah.
Because it runs Windows.
That's true.
Also,
the keyboard. The keyboard, you feel the travel.
Yeah.
You genuinely feel
No, I tried the iPad Pro keyboard. It's nice. I like it.
You like the iPad Pro keyboard?
It's not bad. I mean, I wouldn't use it for more than 15 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's bearable. I like it. Sure. iPad Air 2. Nobody really has iPads.
Yeah.
They all stick with their iPads from, a few years ago.
Yeah, from there, for iPad, 2s and 3s.
Yeah. We haven't really... So, iPhone SE, it's a nice phone.
Yeah, we talked about it last time.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I like it. It's a nice phone. Apple Watch, we talked about that. Apple TV.
Oh. Well, that's...
I like it. It's an Apple TV, but keep in mind a Chromecast is so much cheaper.
Yeah.
How much does an Apple TV cost nowadays?
$150. $150 to $200 CA, which is
right, and it's 32 gigs.
100 to 130 to 170 US.
Actually, no. Here we are. We're on the Apple US website. It's $150.
Yeah. For the base model, 32 gigs.
Yeah, so now let's look at a Chromecast. How much does that cost?
Talking about capacities.
Oh.
Finally, they removed the 16 gigabyte iPhone. Finally, they removed the 16 gigabyte base iPhone.
Well, 16 gigabyte, it's a good medium. So
no, it's not.
Here, a Chromecast is $45.
Wait, what? Did you just say that 16 gigabytes is a good medium?
Well, it's not medium, it's a very small amount.
Yeah, exactly.
But 16 gigs...
No,
if a 16 gig phone is cheap, then, I'd buy it for my grandma. Or something.
Sure, but how many grandmas are gonna need even
I don't know. You know what?
This feels pointless. Good thing that let's just say good thing that they removed like that base model of.
Well, yeah. I mean, 32 gigs is a good phone.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna last a while.
That's gonna last.
So yeah, Chromecast is $45. It's a lot better than. Well, I don't think it's better than Apple TV. It's just it's an alternative.
A much cheaper alternative.
Now Apple Music, why?
Why? Just terrible.
I like Spotify better, and then AirPods. So
if you're gonna get a music service, then just get Spotify.
Spotify is good. I like Spotify.
Yeah, Spotify's good.
iPod. What's been happening with the iPod?
Nothing. They just literally released the 6, and then it's just been sitting.
It has the A8 chip.
Yeah, which was what we saw in the iPhone 6.
Was it the 6?
6 had A8, 6S had A9, and now we get the A10 Fusion.
So let's look at the iPhone and the iPod models. They have the iPod Touch, the iPod Nano, and the iPod Shuffle. The iPod Shuffle, I like it. I guess it's nice to take.
Shuffle is just like a nice media player.
It's a media player. It's $50 though.
Well, just specifically music player.
Yeah. iPod Nano, $150.
Yeah.
And then you have a 16 gig iPod Touch, which is $200. But I don't know why you would buy an iPod anymore. And the market is just sort of going away for that. Like if you have, if
you have $500 to spend, $400 to spend, you're gonna spend it on like a Nexus 5X.
Yeah, but there's gonna be a new Nexus soon. No, but $200. Something that doesn't make any calls, but it runs iOS, which is a decent operating system.
Okay, operating system.
It's decent, yeah. $200, which isn't bad. Let's be honest.
Sure. Yeah, I guess, but I feel like the best iPod at this point is the Nano.
Yeah, it
feels like the most useful thing.
Well, it's not very
useful, but it's like the thing that makes the most sense.
No, I think the iPod Shuffle makes the most sense.
Well,
because what does the iPod Nano do that the iPod Shuffle can't?
That's true. I mean, it's got all of that it
has the touchscreen and it has the fit stuff and you can listen to you can watch videos
and
photos,
listen to stuff and photos.
But if you're buying an iPod, you're buying it for the music and
probably
you're
buying it for the music.
Yeah, but the thing that the iPod Nano and the iPod Shuffle both can't do is access Apple Music or Spotify, or you can check your mail, or you can take pictures. So, I mean, but it hasn't been updated in a while. It's probably not a good idea. Mm-hmm. So yeah,
So the market's just going away. If you're gonna buy an iPod, then just spend a little bit of extra money and get a cheap Android phone. And
if you're gonna buy an iPod, just don't.
Yeah.
Apple Watch, we talked about that. iTunes, we haven't. It doesn't matter. iTunes doesn't really matter.
iTunes is just
the Galaxy Note 7.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we want to talk about that.
Burning up.
In the air sometime. Okay. But yeah, Galaxy Note 7, they explode.
Sometimes.
Maybe.
And the FAA, Federal Aviation Association, I think it's called.
I don't know. The FAA,
whatever it is, but
they're just saying, don't turn on your Note 7, don't really do anything.
Don't really just don't mess around. They don't want you to mess around with your Note 7.
Because it might actually explode. Which is a bad thing for Samsung, because first of all you have to recall every single Note 7, and Note 7 it's an expensive phone to make.
It's a $1,000 phone.
Yeah, and also so they're losing a lot of money.
Yeah, but it's a good. I mean, but Samsung doesn't really ever Samsung just has such a big product line. They have their TVs, phones. They have laptops.
They have tanks.
They have literally. They have their military department. They've been supplying
So yeah, it shouldn't really be an issue for Samsung. I mean, it is an issue, but
not to such a scale.
It's not a money issue.
It's not that big of an issue.
It's not a money
issue.
If
Apple stopped, if Apple just stopped making iPhones, they get hurt really bad.
Yeah, because that's their biggest product, though. That's their biggest product.
Exactly. But if Samsung, their Galaxy phones are still their biggest product, but not to the extent.
But it's not like 50% of all their profits.
Yeah.
Neither is like 25%. It's just it's
there.
But still, it's like, how did that get through quality assurance?
How did
a Note 7 exploding get through quality assurance?
How, like, what were their, like, conditions that they just didn't test, like, the average, like, house?
Like, the average house, and it just starts exploding.
Yeah.
It's not good.
No.
It's not good.
It really isn't.
So, it's not very good for the Samsung. Yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up here.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to our second podcast. I think this was a good conversation, very productive.
Yeah, it was. We covered a lot of stuff.
Mostly Apple, a bit of Samsung. So we're gonna come back next week.
Next week.
Is there anything particular happening next week? Nothing's really happening next week. But
nothing's really happening until January when CS was around.
Yeah. But we'll see. It's called news for a reason. So thanks for listening, and stay tuned for next.